Linguistic and cultural diversity are integral parts of Canadian identity. From Tamil to Arabic, Spanish to Mandarin, Canada's multilingual speakers are living and working in cities and towns across the country. My name's Kira McKenna, and I'm a journalist from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I work for MIREMS in communications, research, and innovation. MIREMS, an acronym for Multilingual International Research in Ethnic Media Services, is an ethnic media monitoring company bringing multilingual news to all Canadians. It is a unique business platform that exists as the link between ethnic media and Canadian businesses and influencers. Canada's ethnic media, the newspapers, radio stations, and TV programming that produce local news in Canada's unofficial languages are vibrant, present, and worth paying attention to. Our government and influencing businesses and policymakers are paying attention to Canada's growing diversity. But what are they doing to understand it? Every year, MIREMS consultants gather in Toronto for their annual general meeting. This year, I had the opportunity to ask our consultants and staff about exactly what they do.
MIREM's main function is to make language barriers transparent. This means providing decision makers with the opinions, the feelings, and the news that's received by people who speak languages other than English and French.
Culture is an intrinsic part of translation. You can't just translate words and have it be understood. You have to understand the culture behind those words, and that's what we offer.
What we have to deal with is the nuances of language. That's why we use human beings and not artificial intelligence. Because when it comes to politics, when it comes to social issues, language is a slippery slope.
Across Canada, over 30 MIREMS consultants tune in or turn the page of Canada's over 2,000 multilingual radio stations, TV broadcasts, newspapers, and magazines. For the past 30 years, this team of translators, summarizers, and analysts have been bringing the voices of Canada's immigrant communities to companies, cultural organizations, politicians, and key influencers in Canada and the world. MIREMS consultants are Canadians and immigrants themselves. They have their fingertips on the pulse of Canada's ethnic communities. They live within the nuance that goes beyond simple translation. It matters to them that they are a part of breaking down the barriers made by language. Spending my time with the MIREMS consultants, I came to understand the news is not always what's new. The value lies in what's being said, how, and by who.
We don't follow stories. We follow the storytellers.
When it comes to translation, a computer is not enough. Eyes, ears, and contextual thinking are integral to consultants' understanding of the media and their ability to get the essential information to clients. It's efficient, yet thorough and effective. MIREMS monitors thousands of sources in over 30 languages. Canada is home to more than 200 different ethnic communities, making it one of the most diverse countries in the Western Hemisphere. So, how do you translate across a whole spectrum of cultures?
To get sources, we actually go out into the community itself, and that could range from picking up newspapers at the local library, a grocery store, or community center, or we could also tune into local TV or radio stations to monitor programs in a variety of languages.
As long as immigrants reach for their local ethnic media to learn about Canada and their communities, they will return to this media to share their ideas and opinions. Paying attention to them is worthwhile.
The value that MIREMS add to any project is the ability to target specific communities, understand why they think in a certain way, and make sure that if you have a message to pass across, you get it right.
Yeah, I think MIREMS is just an expression of Canadian multiculturalism and of who that country is. And the fact that we have such an active ethnic media market is also, I think, quite uniquely Canadian.
Canadians should know what, the quote-unquote ethnic community knows about certain issues because they are Canadians and their opinion counts.
Timely, accurate, and dependable translation and interpretation is demanding. Individual data is combed, cleaned, and curated by consultants who can do more than translate a word. They can translate a feeling and convey the true message.
The ethnic kind of community changes our work changes too.
With many years of practice and passion, speaking directly to these changing communities is possible.
North America is a continent of immigrants. And what we do is bring the voices of those immigrants to decision makers in the corporate field, in government agencies, in non-profit organizations, so that the communication, the conversation is more fluid.
Our consistency and integrity make us the clear leader in multilingual ethnic media monitoring services. By bringing these voices to you, we are connecting you to these cultural spaces, as well as each other and the world.